"75 years ago, 3 pioneering Latino organizations met at Obreros Hall in Corpus Christi, Texas, and agreed to merge together to form the League of United Latin American Citizens.
Here in Goliad, I remember that a lot of the men who would come to the meeting, some of them would come in their horses, and like we used to come in our wagon, and some of them would drive them old Model Ts, and they would park their cars outside the meeting hall, which was at the old Perez dance hall where they used to have the meetings in La Bahia, which is a mile out of Goliad, and they would have their meetings there.
There's no question that the Founding Fathers took a risk when they first created the organization, in as much as they had to risk their jobs, they had to meet in secret, they had to meet at night. In many instances, not only were their jobs in jeopardy, but in some instances their lives were in jeopardy.
I always believed that my dad was let go from his job in 1937 because he was a LULAC president here in Goliad. He told Mama that because he didn't plant 1 acre, that his boss let him go, told him that he didn't need him no longer. But I believe that it was because he was a president of LULAC. And back in those days, it was dangerous to be a LULAC member.
LULAC organized and provided funding for the Salve Tierra versus Del Rio Independent School District. This was the first class action lawsuit against segregated Mexican schools.
I'll tell a story which, if I may, it won't take but a minute. I was shining shoes, and I was hungry that Saturday, and I was walking down the street looking for for a customer. And this white man, Bonilla, he was walking down the street, had a bag of bananas. I don't know how many bananas he had, but he was eating one of them. And I walked alongside of him and asked him if I could shine his shoes for a nickel. No, he didn't want to shine. So I kept on after him. I finally came down to 2 cents, I believe. He still wouldn't have it. And finally I told him, said, look, I'll shine your shoes for a banana. And he wouldn't hear it. Still, he had that one banana that he was chomping on. Finally, we stopped for whatever, it was a light or something. He looked at me and he says, "Hey, Mexican, you like to have a banana?" And I said, "Yes, I sure would." So he took that banana and squashed it in my hair, on my head, and soaked it in real well.
I know, I made it a point one time when I went back to Calvert, and I stopped at the barbershop, and I had a new car parked right in front. And I don't know what the gentleman thought, but I walked out of my car, walked in. "Do you have time to give me a haircut?" "Yes, sir." They helped me take my coat off. You know, they cleaned the chair, the barber chair, and I sat down and they gave me a haircut. "Are you passing through?" "No, I'm coming here to Calvert." "Is that right? Well, you ought to go into business here because your barber always talks right." "No, I am a lawyer in Corpus Christi, Texas." "Oh, is that right?" "Yes. And I am here to see my father, Ruben Bonilla." The conversation didn't last long after that, but I got my haircut, paid him, and gave him a tip, and then went to see my dad. But that's the first time I got a haircut, and the last time, I might say. On purpose I went to see. Now I want to see him throw me out now, because as the old saying goes, I knew my rights then, and I was able to fight for him by myself. But I had no problem. But I didn't go back again, because why should I leave my money there if they're still bigots? And I'm not saying they were or weren't, but I was the only Hispanic at that barbershop when I went that day.